The bottom line is, if you are not willing to die for the martial arts order, which is the only way to live in reality and to attain love, right? Martial artists noticed right away that if they don't train in a way that is the most effective, that they are at a great disadvantage. How does this apply to love and making love? If you do not find love in a way that is the most effective, which can only be attained through the martial arts order and the mentorship of the top black African pharaonic martial artist, in the pure Sun Temple spirit of Horus and Ra, then you are misled by psychology and ill-gotten gain bitches. Life without the martial art order intact and the pharaoh in his rightful place is not worth living. It is delusional not to see it that way. You are crazed and panicked and scrambling to find your life and to secure financial stability for your little children that are at best the playthings of pedophiles, directly or through their, but through the children they have groomed and raped. Groomed, right? How you dress, how you appear, your hair, okay? They groom the sickos on TV, who in turn groom your children. They pass on the pedophile principles and conceptions of love, which is evil backwards, right? To evolve in an evil construct, in an evil system, means that evolution is evil. Okay? Evolution. It's very simple. It is dishonorable, and it is the extreme form of hate and stupidity for you to bring a child into this world and to raise them to conform to this world. Period. I don't care if you're a Christian, a Muslim, I don't care what you are. If you are able to survive and not be intensely screened out by society, you are evil, you are despicable, you are deluded, you are crazed, and you can't even sense that you're panicked most of the time. You are in the repetition of evil. You cannot be good and to be in the repetition of evil. If you do not dress like a martial artist and defy Western social norms to the extreme and insist on your black African pharaoh, me, you are evil. No one has earned the right to lead humanity but me. If you do not insist that everyone submits to me and you're not prepared to fight to the death at the first sign that they're trying to screen you out, you are evil. It's very simple, really. You have no reason to participate with Western culture. If you do, you are sick. You are supporting pedophiles. You are emulating the playthings of pedophiles, people who have bent over for sickos, Satanists who have bent over for sickos, okay, in order to win the affections of women so that you can pretend and trick yourself into believing that you're in love with somebody and take advantage of the illusion in order to get them to believe that they're in love with you. Okay, it's very simple. These people in the ancient world, the allies of the elite in the ancient world, for example, when Philip II of Macedon defeats a coalition of Greek states at Chaeronea in 338, the band of Thebes, the order of Chaeronea, okay, they martyred themselves for their pedophile beliefs. They refused to accept sanity or any other lifestyle and were willing to die so they could plug kids, okay? They could rape kids, so they could trick kids into believing that in order for them to really be a man or to be famous or to be a celebrity or to be a first-class citizen, they must let themselves be plugged by older men who were lying about being in love with them. They were full of lust, which is basically what homosexuality is. It is lying about how they feel about somebody and really wanting to indulge in their complex and to engage in lust-filled sex. Okay, so these people died for what they believe, refusing to accept any degree of sanity. But you refuse to die and you accept their insanity. Okay, so these people are sick, but when it comes to enjoying life, right, at least they are willing to die for what they believe, which is more you can say about the modern Westerner, the modern American. You people are cowards that refuse to die for what you believe. It's even worse. The major theme of the war on terror is a coward Westerner who is not willing to die for what he believes against all odds, dying at times, but there's a very small chance that they'll die, right? When you really break it down, right? Not too many people died in Iraq from America. Not too many American soldiers died there. They're not willing to die for what they believe. On a fluke, sometimes they die, okay? There's a difference between that and somebody who blows himself up, okay? I'm not saying the terrorist ideology is right, but I'm saying America is so despicable, so satanic, so full of pedophiles that we actually make ISIS seem like the Boy Scouts. What the fuck don't you get? To me, it is so frustrating trying to talk to a bunch of beta male pussies and some sick, neurotic, hedonistic garbage whores into doing the right thing. Okay? Not a single one of them stands with me. They are sick. They are sick. They emulate pedophiles. Americans emulate pedophiles and their little butt buddies. What don't you get? My goodness. That's their culture. That's their values that they're willing to kill everybody for. They're sick.
Like I said, they were willing to die for their standard of homosexuality, not even for the right to be homosexual. Where people today are not willing to die for the right to be treated fairly, for the right to have the divine order, for the right to live their lives in a way that is moral, for the right to discuss these things effectively and honestly, completely honestly. Okay, they're not willing to do that. How despicable is that? And a bunch of sickos who wanted to plug people to rape children a certain way were willing to die for their right to do that. But you're not willing to die to defy them. And after 2,400 years plus, they're still in charge. How pathetic are people? You're beta male cowards. Okay? You're not meant to survive. Okay? God did not want any of you around if you're not willing to die by my side. You're not wanted by God. Okay? If you're not willing to fight to the death against these people, God despises you. Make no mistake. Your children, if you have 1,000 kids, that's no excuse. What, you want those 1,000 kids to get plugged and to be groomed by sickos? So some smirking ass slut can drive by and be like, oh, I'm helping the sickos and I'm important. What the hell's wrong with you people? How can you be so delusional and weak? Cowardice must have its limit. How come yours is limitless? They've gone to great lengths to make me sound gay, at least at times, and to make me look gay, to break down my body, and there's no excuse for it. And of course, if I start getting specific about it, they're going to say, oh, it's all in his head. Oh, who would believe that? Again, I tell you, if a black brain surgeon's son says that they're sabotaging him, you are insane not to assume that he's right, first and foremost. There needs to be so much evidence that he's wrong, I don't know where to begin. I go as far as to say the amount of evidence they need to say that he's wrong to the logical mind, okay, doesn't exist. No matter how crazy he seems, if he says that they are sabotaging him, the logical assumption, the only assumption, really, the only logical assumption is that he's right. If he seems like he's fucking schizophrenic, the logical assumption is that they caused it. If he seems like he's bipolar, the logical assumption is they caused it. There isn't any behavior that he can exhibit that rules out the idea that the only logical assumption is that he's right. Okay? The entire world should say this guy's right. Period. Even the most racist white supremacists, even the person who's most in denial, even people who are retarded. A strong case can be made that they should assume that he's right. I have no tolerance for people who don't see it that way. This guy's not only black in the most racist country in the world, with the most, the history of the most scientific sabotage of black people. Okay? He's a brain surgeon's son, you stupid conformist coward. You sniveling beta punk.